My dream is to either go to Brazil, do a novela for like 6 months, or maybe shoot something there, or have something that's partially in English, partially in Portuguese, because I think American and Brazilian culture, we complement each other, but we're so vastly different, especially in terms of like family dynamics. And so it's such a
Oi, Jordana.
Oi, tudo bem?
Eu vou bem, e você?
Tudo ótimo. Eu tô um pouquinho cansada, mas tudo bem.
Vamos que vamos. Chop, chop.
Vamos. Vamos que vamos, gostei.
Thank you so much for your time. A pleasure to talk to you and to talk about this. I wasn't expecting what happened in this movie. We're not going to spoil because people need to watch it. But I love seeing you in a different role,
Thank you.
in a different like type of character. What attracted you on to the script when you read it?
I was really excited to work with Scott Speedman because had a crush on him when he was on Felicity, like every girl around our age. And I spoke with Vaughn, the director, and he had such a clear vision for what he wanted to do. And then I also related to Sarah because I had, a lot of trouble getting pregnant, and that was a journey where you become really obsessive about it and nothing else matters. So I understood her single-mindedness and the need to keep everything together. So I saw the humanity in her despite, what happens.
Yeah, I also had a crush on Scott years ago. I think all of us, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I was like work with him and I have this experience with him on set because you guys have it's so funny, like the chemistry that you guys create there is so good. So how was like this collaboration?
Well, it was super easy. Sometimes it's hard if you don't get along with your partner. It's difficult because I think that I'm not a good enough an actor to get over like the stiffness you can feel. But with Scott, it was great because he has a young kid. I have two boys. He was like a new father, so I was kind of like teasing him about how hard it is. And we also just we talked a lot about the script and rapped back and forth about like what needs to be changed, what doesn't, how to make the dynamic natural, because I think because we've been in the industry for so long, there were some traps we didn't want to fall into. So we would talk about that with Vaughn, and it was a very collaborative experience.
Yeah, that's great. The movie touched a little bit about like everybody has secret, everybody kept a secret from other people or from, I don't know, like the seller, the seller has a secret there that we're gonna find out or not to in the end. But what was it for you like to work with that? You know what I mean? Because I bet you have some secrets. I don't want to know your secrets,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
sometimes we keep that for ourselves.
We do. And I think those either you make peace with them or they're like little poison pellets that destroy you or come out in different ways. So I think you have to be able to work with them and either like whether it's journaling, therapy, like, or you have to have one friend who you confide in completely, I think, at least, because I think, stuffing stuff down is not healthy. But again, we all do it.
Yeah.
And sometimes I think we all adjust according to like what group we're in or what's acceptable at the time. So it's just a super interesting theme to play with.
Yeah, that house is so beautiful and it's a character itself.
Yeah.
Like is that beautiful as well, like in person, like when you were there?
It's super beautiful, but it was funny because it's such like a gothic, massive, sort of scary house. And so Scott and I were like, I don't know if we'd like actually want to live here. But I think old houses do have a lot of history. And like right now I live in a house that's 100 years old and it has a big basement. And there are people that are like, I'm not going in the basement. I'm really scared. Like there's something spooky in there. And I'm like, maybe, I don't know. Or like yesterday it was super windy and all the shutters were opening and shutting. And then I slept in bed with my kids because we were all scared. So I think houses do take on their own energetic
Yeah, do a cleansing before you move in.
I know I do that sometimes. I do
The
what's that
sage.
the sage. I say, or if someone comes in that has a weird vibe, I sage it after. I'm into all that stuff.
Oh yeah, that's really really good. And you have Fishburne on the movie. How was like work with him? And I know that he's not the whole movie, but how was like this dynamic with him on set?
I think it's well with Lawrence, everything depended on our chemistry and the dynamic of the three of us. So Lawrence would do some fun actor exercises, like starting right before the cameras were rolling, and he would just start laughing and have a conversation with us so that we could just go into the scene seamlessly. And so learning those tricks was really awesome. And it's like being on set with Rita Moreno, where stories come out and you're just sort of like listening, because it's so fascinating to work with someone who's been in the business and succeeded for so long.
Yeah,
It was a
yeah,
treat.
yeah. Your mom is Brazilian, and I think this year we have a very good, like some movies that celebrate like the Brazilian culture here, like Música. We have like some series that we see more like some dialogues in Portuguese. They mention Brazil a lot of times. How do you
Like Música, and then are there shows too? I'm writing it down because I
Yeah,
want to watch all
yeah.
of it.
Música is on Prime Video. Look at me doing your
Yes, no,
playlist for
tell
the
me.
weekend. It's Dark Matter with Alice Braga. She has some
I know, mas
dialogue.
sabe o quê? Eu queria muito. I auditioned for Dark Matter, so that one I'm a little bit like. I loved the concept, and she's so good.
She's so good. She's so
Yeah.
good on it. She's so good on it. And there is last night I watched I was the Brazilian movie that's gonna be submitted for the Oscars. I'm still here, and it's amazing. You should watch it when it comes out here. Ainda estou aqui in Portuguese. So what do you I know I'm celebrating the Brazilians every time that goes out. And what about for you? Like seeing Brazil, and you have a career, like very established career, and you seeing now Brazil showing up in Hollywood. How do you
Yeah. Well,
feel
I mean, I
about it?
think we have such a unique, delicious culture where there's everything sort of intensified, and so I mean, my dream is to either go to Brazil, do a novela for like 6 months, or maybe shoot something there, or have something that's partially in English, partially in Portuguese, because I think American and Brazilian culture, we complement each other, but we're so vastly different, especially in terms of like family dynamics. And so it's such a rich, it's just a really rich culture to draw from. But I'm excited to see. I'm still here. I downloaded like the Globo app, and I just follow Globo News through my Instagram or TikTok. So I stay on top of it all. And one of my closest childhood friends is still in Rio, and I think I'm hoping to be there for Carnaval because I've never been.
Oh, that you're gonna love it. You're gonna
I
love it.
know.
And
Mas eu
now,
quero dançar na escola de samba
quer
também.
dançar
Vou botar um biquíni
na
lindo.
Sapucaí.
Exato.
Lá na Sapucaí. E você também está fazendo, né? Vai ter o Fast 10 Part 2. How is it coming back to play Mia again?
I don't have a script. I don't know. And it's often sort of like that. You don't know until like right before it happens. But I was recently in New Zealand filming a film called Hard Eyes. And it was so nice because every time someone stopped me, it was Mia, Mia, Mia. And I don't really experience that in the States because I think people are a little more, I don't know, blasé. But it's really cool to be known for something that has endured and evolved over so long. I'm really proud of the franchise.
Yeah,
and it's something I also feel like we have to like guard and make sure, quality control it so that it ends on a really strong note.
That's amazing. Jordana, I just want to thank you so much for your time. Muito obrigada.
Obrigada a você.
If you're here in LA, there is a Brazilian festival happening this week and another one next week. There's a lot of like Brazilian movies going on.
Fun.
Yeah, it's really, really cool. So
okay, cool.
Amazing.
I'm canvassing for Kamala this week, but maybe next week.
Yeah, next week.
For sure.
Amazing. Yeah. We are off. Kamala.
Yes.
Thank you so much for your time.
Obrigada a você.
Obrigada. Tchau, tchau.
Tchau.
If you like to support or continue to support Jana on Camera, don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, and share the videos.